All right, hey, what's going on, guys? How do you do? It's your boy Gray here, and welcome back to the channel. Ladies and gentlemen, in this video, I want to talk about the Black Ops 6 Weekend 1 beta. And you guys have been asking me in the comment section of the recent videos over on Twitter and stuff like that, what are my thoughts on this game? So I want to get that out in this video. I feel like I put in a bunch of hours so far into this game. I've leveled up almost every single gun. Not max, but I've leveled up most guns. I've tried most guns already. And real quick, I'd really appreciate it very much if you guys could subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, or if you're new around here, subscribe, drop a like on today's video. Let's see if we can hit 300 likes on today's video. All right, let's start with the pros, and the first thing I want to talk about is the Omni movement. I think one of my favorite features for the Omni movement is the ability to be able to run from left to right, forward and backward. It's a lot of fun so far. They've done a great job with the Omni movement, and I'm trying different settings to see what works. Right now, I'm using hybrid, which I gotta say, I'm not necessarily digging that much, but you gotta try stuff to see what works and what doesn't. Next up here, guys, is the weapons that we have access to at the moment. All of those guns. I haven't tried the snipers yet. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I have not tried the snipers, but I tried the LMG, the SMGs, the ARs, and the marksman rifle and the pistols. Oh, you know what? I haven't tried the shotgun yet. But so far, every gun that I've tried has been a lot of fun, and it feels pretty good. The setups, the builds, the way that you're able to make the classes for them feel pretty good. Next thing that I've been enjoying is the maps, the multiplayer maps. As of this recording, they just added a brand new map, which I got to play like 2 or 3 times so far already. The maps have been pretty good so far. I think my favorite map is Skyline. I think that's everybody's favorite map so far. I think my least favorite map at the moment is Derelict. It's not necessarily because it's a bad map. It took me a while. I think I finally figured it out, but it took me a while to understand the flow of that map and where people like to go. Something else, and I hope that this moves forward when the game officially releases. This feels like a very fast-paced game, and there's not a lot of people camping. I haven't really experienced a lobby where somebody's just hiding or sitting on a head glitch or something like that. You know, the map with the satellite, there is that one area that's like, I guess if you want to say camp, they're kind of camping there. But even with that, there's so many different options to attack them. If someone is hiding up there, I mean, if you're a decent enough player, I mean, you could just get them out of there in a matter of like a couple seconds. Next thing here, guys, is I do like the color palette that, you know, Treyarch and these Black Ops games have. They're very vibrant. The colors really pop and stand out. A lot of these maps and blueprints and stuff like that look really good. Even some of the operators so far already have a great design, great colors to them. Another thing too, just from my experience of playing this game, like I said, I've been playing this game for hours, like already. I've been putting in hours into this. Is the audio. I'm sure they can improve, but I gotta say, man, what I've experienced so far within the beta, with the games that I've been playing, the matches that I've been playing, I mean, the audio sounds really good. Footstep audio sounds really good. And if I had one critique, it would probably be that my teammates' footsteps sometimes confuse me, makes me think that it's like an enemy player. It doesn't happen often, but sometimes I do get caught hearing my teammates' footsteps when I turn to look, or when I look at the minimap to make sure, you know, somebody appears. And one of the final things I want to put in the pro section is I do like the way that you level up and the way that you unlock attachment. They have a good system here so far from what I've experienced. It seems that optics are interchangeable with the leveling up. Like, in order to get one optic, you have to level up a specific gun, but it seems like all of the other unique attachments that each weapon has to be leveled up with that gun. And the leveling up feels pretty good. It doesn't seem too fast, but it also doesn't seem slow either. And those are some of the pros that I've experienced so far playing this game. Let me know if you guys agree with anything that I just said, and let me know if there's any pros that you guys would put on your list. All right, and next up, before we get into the cons, let me just state this straight up. I've been having a blast with this game so far, man. It's actually been a lot of fun, very enjoyable, a bit tedious at times because you really got to like understand the movement. You're trying to figure out the best attachments and stuff. So early stages, you're trying to understand the flows of the maps and where people like to go, where people like to hide and stuff like that. You know, what attachments work well together. So you're running a lot of different tests in a public area. It's not like you have a custom space to just try things out. But I've really been enjoying the beta a lot, man. But with that said, let's talk about some of the cons. And the first con here, man, I thought Black Ops Cold War was the sweatiest game that I've ever played. I played one game, and I think I tweeted it out already. I played one game, and after that game, I tweeted a gif of a man sweating profusely. I think this is gonna go down as maybe the sweatiest Call of Duty of all time. It seems like every single game is just a complete sweat fest, which leads me into the next point here for the cons, and surprisingly enough, it was in the pros too, but that Omni movement, I like the Omni movement. I like the ability to run forward, backwards, and side to side, and you're running, right? I like that. But sometimes it just doesn't seem as responsive as you want it to be. I've tried different settings. I even put the setting as slide only. I didn't even have the omnidirectional stuff like the dive and everything. I put it on slide only, and I felt really comfortable, but I saw that sometimes there was a disadvantage for not being able to basically dive and do little tricks and stuff like that. Omni movement is something new. It's a little difficult at the start, and it's going to take a while to master, but hopefully, you know, with more time played, we'll be able to understand it better. Next thing here on my cons list, you guys, I don't know if you have noticed it, and this has been announced already, but they made changes to the aim assist, and I felt it the first day, first couple matches. You feel it right away when you play so much like first-person shooter games, when you play so much Call of Duty, and just one thing is kind of tweaked in a really far direction, you notice it right away. And I noticed it's one of those things where it's like I couldn't understand why I was not getting the kills. A person would be just like right in front of me and the shots would be missing, but I was aiming right at him, but something just felt off. And now we know that they made some changes. Apparently they like, from what I understand, the change was that at a certain distance, close quarter distance, you no longer have aim assist. So you go from having aim assist to approaching somebody or somebody appearing in front of you, and then you lose all aim assist, and it's almost like it's a little weird. You know, there is that whole shoot first, die first mechanic sometimes that I experience that doesn't make a lot of sense, or the thing where it's like you put in almost an entire magazine. You're using the same weapon as the other person, but you got to hit them with an entire magazine, and yet you dying in like 3-4 bullets. It doesn't make a lot of sense. I haven't experienced this that much, but there is the whole thing was like when you go around a corner but you still die. I don't want to put too much time on this because I understand that this is the beta. I understand that there's still going to be things that aren't going to feel 100% a little bit clunky here and there, and there's going to be some mishaps and server issues. I'm really hoping that when the game releases that they're able to get on top of these little issues. I felt like day one, obviously in the beginning there were server issues, but then like after about 40 minutes you were getting lobbies pretty consistently. The game crashed for the first time today, and it was right after an update that happened. I went about 24 hours with no crash, the game flowing fine, not really a lot of lag, to them having an update, and then literally 2 minutes into a game, my game crashed. And ever since that update that happened today, I've noticed a massive amount of lag in this game. The next thing I want to talk about within the con section, let me know if you guys agree with this. I feel like score streaks or the kill streaks, whatever they are, I feel like they cost a bit too much. To get a UAV, it's 675 score. A counter UAV is 700. A Watchdog Helo at 11, I think is fine. That could be dropped down to about, you know, 1,000, but I think the Hellstorm at 1,200, I feel like that's a bit much. And don't even get me started on the RCXD. What the hell controls are that to, like, have you guys tried like driving that thing? I don't know, man, maybe it's just me, but I do not like the controls for driving that thing. It just feels really off. I also don't really know how I feel about the Scout Pulse. You know, I like using it. I like that it's like the cheapest thing, and then, you know, you yourself get like a UAV, a personal UAV. But in a team-based game, you want to help your team, and that does nothing for your teammates. So hopefully they'll look at the score and stuff. Maybe they'll even see this video. I don't know. I am aware that, you know, people at Activision, at Treyarch, Infinity Ward, and Sledgehammer, I am aware that they're aware of me. So you never know. Hopefully somebody sees this video. Everything that's been said so far, I feel like has been said very respectfully. It's just feedback. It's just little critiques here and there that maybe they'll take into consideration in changing. If you guys have any specific feedback, I mean, you might want to leave it in the comment section. You never know. Maybe they might see it. And the last thing I want to talk about here, this has been a problem for like the last 4 or 5 years, man, is the skill-based matchmaking. I left it as the last thing just because it's an ongoing thing. We've talked about this for a long time. The skill-based matchmaking and the team balancing, it just always just feels terrible. You know, maybe this is just one of those things about being like a decent or a good solo player, but it always just seems like the opponents are all like at my level, and then all the crappy garbage players are on my team. It's like, I understand why I'm facing those guys, but why are these people on my team? Like, I need help out there too sometimes. You know, I can't just every single game just carry every time. I can't. All right, well, there you guys have it, man. That's a little bit of my thoughts and my opinions that I've had so far with Black Ops 6 with the beta weekend 1. If you guys enjoyed this video, maybe at the end when the beta is completely over, I'll do another feedback style of video. Thank you so much for watching. If you guys are brand new around here, if you just haven't done so already, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and drop a like on today's video. It would really help out. Any comments, questions, concerns, please let me know in the comment section below. And remember, you can use code GRAY over at Control Freaks. You can use code GRAY also over at Aim Controllers, and you can use code YTGRAY over at G Fuel. Links in the description below to everything I just mentioned. If you use my code, you get a nice discount off your order. Make sure to check us out on our social media platforms: TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat. Make sure to check us out also over on Kick and over on Twitch, where we stream. And I'm gonna call it. All right, we got a lot more content coming up, so stick around. All right, till the next one. My name is Gray. Peace.